So we solved how we plot A. This is how we plot A. We plotted B, and also Reem plotted straight line D in this way. So this is straight line D. Thank you, Reem. Now let me move to.
Welcome.
Let me move now to Lana. Yes, Lana. Lana?
Yes, miss.
Okay. In
Yes.
part B, we should calculate AB or the measure of AB. What is the rule, Lana, to
Yes.
calculate the measure of segment AB?
Yes. If M is the midpoint of
لحظة
يعني if
لحظة
any
شو
point
خص
is
الأم شو خص وين صرتي أنت؟ أنا بعدني بالبارت B يا لنا هون. Calculate AB. How do we calculate any length in a system of axes? AB equal what?
equal X
لنا بعدنا لحد هلا مش حافظين الرولز. طب ليه؟ مش نحن اخذنا رولز يا
كانوا
لنا؟
امبارح يا مس في القرآن.
طب يلا انا مش رح اقاطعك. يلا قولي لي how do we calculate AB؟ يلا the length of a segment AB. How do we calculate it? AB equal يلا
الX A plus الX B over 2.
هيدي انت عم بتجيبي coordinates لميد بوينت. انا هون ما عم بسألك عن ميد بوينت يا لنا، عم بسألك بدنا نعمل calculate للlength of segment AB. في رول هون بنستعملها صح؟
Yes.
متذكريتها شي ولا نسيتها؟
الميد بوينت ال AB.
ما خص الميد بوينت هون. السؤال طلعي فيها لنا هي بارت بي calculate AB. بدنا نجيب قديش طولها للاي بي، اللينث تبعيتها للاي بي. متذكريتها ولا ناسيتها؟ بسأل حدا تاني؟ يا لنا
Yes, miss.
بسأل حدا تاني؟
برجع بجاوب على سؤال تاني.
اوكي يلا يا جاد. جاد 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 بطل موجود. هادي
نعم.
How do we calculate the length of AB هادي? What's the rule? AB equals
نعم مس قطر صوتك.
How do we calculate the length of AB? AB equals what's the rule?
AB equal radical x لل A minus ال x لل B over 2 all of it squared minus plus y لل A minus ال y لل B over all of it squared.
Okay, this is the rule, Lana. Please don't forget it. Any segment I want to know its length in a system of axes, AB equals big radical XA minus XB all of it squared plus YA minus YB all of it squared. Now we replace XA by 2. We replace XB by -4. Since we have a negative, so we replace the -4 between parentheses. YA is -3, I replace it by -3. YB is 1, so I replace it by 1. This is how we replace. Now we should get rid of this negative and this negative. Negative times negative is positive. -3, -1, their answer is -4. Now 2 plus 4 is 6. -4 squared, its answer is 16. 6 squared is 36. 36 plus 16 is radical 52. Always the answer I got here, I should see if we can simplify it. 52 cannot be written as a perfect squared, so I make the prime factorization of 52. It is 2 times 2 times 13, so it is 2 squared times 13. So radical 52 is radical 2 squared times 13. 2 squared goes out because the squared cancels the radical, it goes out as 2. So the answer is 2 radical 13. لنا تذكرتي كيف بنجيب اللينكس لسيجمنت in a system of axes؟ بسرعة تذكرتي؟
Yes.
Okay, please don't
Yes, miss.
forget this rule, Lana, please. Now in part C,
Okay.
Amir. Yes, Amir.
Yes, miss.
In part C, we should find the equation of line AB. To find the equation of a straight line, what should I find first?
The slope.
Bravo. What is the slope of line AB, Amir? What's the rule?
It's YA minus YB over XA minus XB.
Yes, so the slope of AB, YA minus YB over XA minus XB. Now we replace YA by -3, YB we replace it by 1, XA we replace it by 2, and XB we replace it by -4, of course, between parentheses. Now, -3 and -1 is -4.
Yes.
Negative times negative is positive. So I get -4 over 2
Positive.
plus 4. So -4 over 6 is -2 over 3. So the slope of line AB is -2 over 3.
Negative 2 over
After
3.
we find the slope, Amir, now where does line AB pass?
It passes through A and B. So we
Yes.
can use A belongs to line AB.
Bravo. So A belongs to line AB. What do we write?
Y minus YA equals to
Bravo, Amir. Y minus YA equals slope into X minus XA.
XA, yeah.
Well done. So YA, we replace it by -3. The slope, we replace it by -2 over 3. And XA, we replace it by 2. So this is how we replace. Now, negative times negative is positive. And we multiply
Positive.
-2 over 3 by X. We get -2
3
over
X
3X. If
2
I
over 3X
multiply
plus 4 over
-2 over 3 by -2, I get +4 over 3. Now this +3, we get it to the other side and we calculate. So this is the equation of line AB. -2 over 3x, -5 over 3. Thank you, Amir. Well done.
Yes.
Now part D, let me move to Mariam. Yes, Mariam.
Yes, miss.
Now, let A be the symmetric of B with respect to M. What do you understand from this sentence, Mariam?
That M is the midpoint of segment AB.
Bravo, we should write M is the midpoint of segment AB. Now we should find the coordinates of M. How do we find the abscissa and the ordinate? Abscissa.
X of M is equal to XA plus XB over 2.
Bravo. So this is the abscissa of M. XA, we replace it by 2. XB, we replace it by -4. Now positive times negative is negative. Yes. So 2 minus 4 is -2 over 2. So I get -1. This is the abscissa.
-1.
How do we get the ordinate?
Yes. M is equal to YA plus YB over 2.
Bravo. YA plus YB over 2. What's the ordinate of A?
-3.
The ordinate of B?
Plus 1.
-3 plus 1 is -2 over 2, which is -1. After we finish, we always write M has coordinates -1, -1. Okay, thank you, Mariam.
Yes.
Now in part E, let me move in part E to Abbas. Yes, ya Abbas.
Yes, miss.
Does the point E, which has 2 minus 3, belong to D? How do we know if a point belongs to a straight line, ya Abbas? What should we do?
Okay. If A belongs to line D,
Yes?
then the coordinates of A should be A should satisfy line D.
Bravo. If E belongs to D, then the coordinates of E should satisfy line D. So in line D, whom do I replace? The coordinates of whom? Of which point? شو اسمها البوينت يا عباس يلي أنا بدي شوفها if it belongs to D؟
Two.
شو اسمها
A.
البوينت؟ شو اسمها البوينت؟
Point A.
Okay, so we write YE, is it equal to minus 2xe minus 3? Now let's replace YE. What is YE?
Minus 3.
XE?
2.
So minus 3, is it equal to minus 2 times 2 minus 3? Now, minus 2 times 2, what's the answer?
Minus 4.
So minus 3, is it equal to minus 4 minus 3? What's the answer of minus 4 minus 3?
Minus 7.
Minus 3, is it equal to minus 7, ya Abbas?
No.
Does E belong to D?
No, it don't belong to
E
line D.
does not belong to D. This is how we verify or check if a point belongs to a straight line. فهمت منيح يا عباس؟
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now in part F, يا مهدي. Hurry up, Mahdi.
Yes.
In part F, find the equation of line D passing through E and parallel to D. D small is parallel to D big. What do you understand from this? So?
They should have the same abscissa. I mean coordinates, sorry.
No, the same what? Slope. Okay, this is line D big. What's the slope of line D big يا مهدي?
2.
طلع منيح.
Line D big.
هيا قدامك مكتوب. What is the slope?
Oh, y equal to minus 2x minus 3.
So what's the slope? This is the coefficient of x is the slope يا مهدي. What's the slope?
Minus 2.
So the slope of line D is minus 2. What will be the slope of small d then?
Minus 2.
So the slope of small d is minus 2 since they have the same slopes. After finding the slope, line D small passes in which point?
Line D small passes to minus 2.
Passes in E. So because E belongs to line D, y minus ye equals slope into x minus xe. Now we replace the slope with the abscissas of E, and after we calculate, we get the equation of line D. This is how we get the equation of line D. Okay, Mahdi?
Yes.
Thank you, Mahdi. Let me now move to column. Yes, column.
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, column in part G, I am asked, are the two lines D and L, y equal half x perpendicular? We should justify. I ask myself, when are two straight lines perpendicular, column?
When the slopes are multiplied, they give -1 as a result.
So what is the slope of line D?
Line capital D, it's -2.
So
And
the
capital
slope
is 1
of
over
line
2.
D is -2. This is line L. What is the slope of line L?
It's 1 over 2.
So the slope of line L is 1 over 2. What do we do for both slopes?
We multiply them.
So we multiply the slope of D with the slope of L. -2 times half equals -1. Then what do we say about the two straight lines D and L?
We said they're perpendicular.
So line D and line L are perpendicular. Please, Column, I want to ask you another question. Look at line L, y equal half x. Whenever you look at such a straight line, where does it pass?
Oh, I think it passes like through the origin, right?
In the origin. Why? Because it doesn't have a y-intercept, right?
Intercept, yeah. It doesn't have a wide
so
intercept,
any
yeah.
straight line doesn't, which doesn't has a y-intercept, it passes through the origin. So y equal half x, which is line L, it will pass through the origin. So this question, as you can see, after solving it, we have applied and revised most of the rules that we studied in our lesson Coordinate System 1 and Coordinate System 2. Now our time is almost over. Tomorrow we will learn 2 other new rules about collinear lines and intersecting lines. But please, I want to ask you to do something. At the end of this lecture, this is what I'm going to discuss tomorrow, but please stay with me. At the end of this lecture, you still have 2 questions from the previous lessons that we studied together. Please, this question, solve the system. If you haven't solved it, please solve it today for tomorrow. Again, here I am reminding you of how we solve a system of 2 equations. And we still have another question at the end. This question, I am reminding you about the square roots. So please, this question and this question, solve them for tomorrow. Okay, guys? These are revision exercises. Please, if you haven't solved them yet, solve them for tomorrow, because tomorrow when we finish the 2 objectives that we still have, we will be solving these 2 exercises together. This is all what I have for today. If you have any question, ask me, or if you don't have any question, we can go. Any question, guys?
No questions.
No
Bye.
questions?
No questions.
Thank you, Miss. Bye.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you for
Bye-bye, Miss.
joining.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, Miss. Bye.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Miss.